What is going on, everyone? Thank you so much for joining us for another episode of SITV. Today, Michael and I are going to walk you through the unreal 4-2 win in the Milan Derby. We'll talk about both teams' approach in the first half and second half, key performances, man of the match, and much, much more.
Before getting into this video, if you like what we do here on SempreInter TV, be sure to let us know by liking and subscribing to the channel. Also, don't forget to leave a comment down below.
So what were your thoughts on the game?
Oh, what a game. Yeah, never would have thought it would have ended up like that, especially after half time. First half, Inter were nowhere. They struggled to get out their own half. They weren't pressing high enough. They were happily just sit back in a back five and let Milan attack again after again. It was only a matter of time until they scored. It might have been a different story had we had Handanovic in goal instead of Padelli, considering the two blunders he made on the goals. But it was probably going to happen anyway. Milan were the far better team in the first half. Second half wise, it was a completely different story. Anybody who's watched the match will tell you that. Inter came out a completely different team. Brozovic scores a belter from outside the box. A fantastic goal, and clearly the adrenaline was running in the players' veins since then, because immediately after that they scored again. This time from Vecino, who made up for his earlier miss in the first half. So yeah, I'm not a massive fan of Vecino, but he does have a tendency to show up in the big matches like this, and yeah, I'm all for it in that case. Afterwards, the game sort of slowed down a little bit for the next 20 minutes or so, and then De Vrij scored probably one of the best headers I've seen in a while, considering how low down he was. Managing to get the ball up over Donnarumma and into the far corner was just fantastic. And yeah, icing on the cake was Lukaku scoring again against Milan. Really showed his strength against Kjaer. And I couldn't have asked more for Inter from the response that they showed. Questions do need to be asked after their first half performance as to why they were like that, why they were set up to be like that in the first place. Perhaps Antonio Conte underestimated Milan, which I find unlikely. But yeah, the decision to set up that way clearly was the wrong one, and we were made to pay for it. So if we're serious about this title race, then we really need to make sure that we don't make that mistake again. I want to mention as well, one more thing, is Eriksen's free kick from about 35 yards. So unlucky for that not to go in, and it would have been the perfect story for him to come on the bench and score a free kick like that in his first ever Milan derby. But hey, I'm pretty sure he'll have many more opportunities to come. So yeah, again, happy with the result overall. There's some things that do need to be addressed, but yeah, let's just enjoy the win.
Thank you, Michael. Those were some really important points. Yeah, for me, it was the tale of the two halves. Milan absolutely dominant in the first half. Total control of the game, controlling possessions. It was something like 13 shots on goal to Inter's 6, 44% possession for Inter to 56% for Milan. I mean, that was a bit skewed. I could understand that in the past few games, we've seen Conte perhaps be a bit more pragmatic, not asking his player to go all out, knowing that the tough schedule coming ahead. All crucial games, you have to win all of them. And so I can understand that he was asking his player to be a bit more conservative. But those two goals that Milan scored, absolute howlers by Padelli. There's no way Handanovic lets those in if he's starting the match. Padelli cannot be two states of mind. He has to come in and go all in and clear it up. Both occasions. Once the second goal, ball slipping through his hands. Skriniar also very poor on that occasion, letting Ibra completely unmarked inside the box, losing him off of a corner, knowing he's the most important player for Milan. Really poor performance by Inter in the first half. Second half, you can imagine what Conte would have said to these guys in the locker room. I would not want to be part of that. Probably giving his team a earful at halftime, but the team totally flipped a switch in the second half. We were closing down, not giving any space to Milan, just being disruptive, intercepting the balls. Barella all over the pitch. Vecino closing down Ibra, as Ibra would drop back into the midfield, let the play develop with Samu Castillejo and Rebic running into the box, and so we neutralized that threat in the second half. On the offense, we took control of the possession a bit more. We were more aggressive, much more of a bite in our offense, and all the goals that we scored were really top-notch quality. Like, you cannot say Milan dropped in defensively, because those were all class goals. The fantastic volley shot by Brozovic to score the first goal, well-timed run by Sanchez to open up Vecino for the second goal, and then De Vrij's header. I mean, world class. There is nobody playing better football defensively than Stefan De Vrij at the moment. He cleared up so many chances in the first half, second half as well, completely shut down the Milan offense, and also coming at the end of a header to give the go-ahead lead out. Absolutely world-class player. The last goal, however, that is extremely poor on Milan. Vecino going to the edge of the corner, really trying to run down clock. 2 players on him. Instead of closing him down, letting him space, Moses runs in right in front of him. Nobody covering him. Vecino slips a beautiful ball through to Moses. Nobody still covering Moses, and you have Kjaer covering Lukaku alone in the box, and the end result was the only possible outcome there. Lukaku got on top of it, headed the ball home, 4-0, game over. Absolutely fantastic comeback from Milan, from Inter. Milan could absolutely do nothing in the second half, and just have no words to describe this derby. I mean, it was unbelievable.